even though they didn't get as much love as their kid brother. That would be the 52 Topps. 1951 Topps baseball cards are an integral part of baseball history. In reality, 1951 Topps cards came in 5 flavors: teams, Connie Macks, All-Stars, Major League All-Stars, Bluebacks, and Redbacks. Those first 3 are sufficiently scarce that most collectors will be lucky to ever see one card in their lifetimes. So we'll focus on Bluebacks and Redback sets. Each set contained 52 cards and is designed to let you play a baseball game with players pictured. Billy Goodman is a bunt, Sherman Lollar is a strike, etc. The sets feature different checklists, so you could have theoretically collected 2 complete and distinct decks of playing cards. Of the 2, the Bluebacks have always been considered more scarce, and the PSA population report shows about twice as many Reds have been submitted for grading. But there are desirable cards in both sets, so we're going to Frankenset this list of the most valuable 1951 Topps baseball cards. You'll find Reds and Blacks mixed in here, ranked based on values for PSA 7 copies, pulled from the PSA Sports Market Report price guide. 1951 Topps Blueback Richie Ashburn, number 3. Ashburn was a key member of the 1950s Phillies Whiz Kids team that streaked all the way to the World Series before running into the dynastic Yankees club. During that magical season, Putt-Putt hit .303 with the National League leading 13 triples, and he would go on to cop National League batting titles in both 1955 and 1958. Ashburn's lifetime .308 average on the back of 2,574 hits was enough for the Veterans Committee to vote him into the Hall of Fame in 1995. On this list, Ashburn leads off with a $150 card in graded near mint condition. 1951 Topps Redback Yogi Berra, number 1. The year this card was issued, Berra won the first of 3 American League MVP awards, with the others coming in 1954 and 1955. The Redbacks, though more common, have always been more appealing to collectors for their superior star power, and Yogi leads the charge among the all-time greats. He lines up here at $115 in PSA 7. 1951 Topps Blueback Red Shandienst, number 6. Shandienst was another Veteran Committee selection in 1989, an honor he won on the strength of his 2,400-plus hits and his role as the starting second baseman for the 2 World Series winners, the 1946 St. Louis Cardinals and the 1957 Milwaukee Braves. Probably didn't hurt that he managed the Cards through their glorious run in the mid to late 60s either, save for the 1964 champs who were guided by Johnny Keane. The blue Shandienst is a $110 card in PSA 7. 1951 Topps Blueback Bobby Doerr, number 37. Except for 1945, when he was serving in the military, Doerr parked his slender frame at second base in Fenway Park in 1937, and he didn't budge until after the 1951 season. In between, he smacked 223 home runs, batted .288, collected 2,000-plus hits, and garnered 9 All-Star selections. He also happened to play alongside the great Ted Williams, who also just happened to be an influential part of the Veterans Committee in the mid-1980s. So for better or worse, Doerr made the Veterans cut in 1986, and his cards are all the better for it. This Blueback is a $100-plus buy in PSA 7. 1951 Topps Blueback Ernie Slaughter, number 30. Slaughter starred in St. Louis through the 1940s, aside for 3 seasons of military service, before bouncing from the Yanks to the A's to the Yankees to the Braves to end his career. During that journey, he won 2 rings with the Cards, 1 with the Yanks, and he got the Veterans Committee Hall of Fame nod in 1985. Oh, and country was a key part of Abbott and Costello's classic Who's on First? You know, because Enos was his name. Get it? Get it? To get his Blueback, expect to pay $85 in PSA 7. 1951 Topps Blueback Johnny Mize, number 50. It looked for a long while like the Bluebacks would never feature a Hall of Famer at all, but that all changed when the Veterans Committee elected Mize in 1981. Didn't seem like much of a stretch for a man who hit 51 home runs in 1947, won 4 National League home run crowns, and nabbed 5 straight rings with the Yanks from 1949 to 53. The Slugger's 1951 Topps card sells for about $75 in PSA 7 condition. 1951 Topps Blueback Eddie Yost, number 1. Yost is sort of a forgotten man among fans and collectors these days, but it's hard to stand out when you do your best work for a bad team, the Senators, in a league, and at the same time when a juggernaut is steamrolling everyone. That would be the American League and the 1940s and 50s Yanks, in case you were wondering. Yost was a steady force at third base for 15 years or so, though, and he benefited from all the condition problems of being a number 1 card here. Expect to pay $70 for a PSA 7 copy. 1951 Topps Redback Bob Feller, number 22. Feller, on the other hand, was a superstar about as far back as anyone can remember. Heck, he was setting strikeout records as a teenager. By the time this card made its way to collectors, Feller had 5 20-win seasons, an opening day no-hitter, and a World Series championship under his belt. He'd win 22 in 1951, his last 20-win season, and then turn his eyes towards Cooperstown. Today, his Redback is a $65 card in PSA 7. 1951 Topps Redback Phil Rizzuto, number 5. It took a while for Scooter to join his Yankees teammates in the Hall of Fame, but he finally made the Veterans Committee cut in 1994. The major knock on Rizzuto, of course, was his relatively weak offensive profile. A career line of .273, 38 home runs, 563 RBI, and less than 1,600 hits doesn't really inspire the imagination. But Rizzuto was as solid as they came at shortstop, and he was a key component of the Yankees' mid-century dynasty. His 1951 Topps card sells for about $60 in PSA 7 condition. 1951 Topps Redback Duke Snider, number 38. Snider pushed Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle for the title of the most popular New York player for a while. Remember Willie, Mickey, or Duke? Of course, Duke fell short of those other gents in terms of career accomplishments, but he was a cog in center field for the Brooklyn and Los Angeles Dodgers for more than a decade. A ring in 1955 plus 407 home runs, 2,116 hits, and a .295 career average all add up to a Hall of Fame plaque and a $60 price tag here. Like our video? Then like our videos and subscribe to our channel. waxpackgods.com